In today's video, I am going into the most detail I've ever gone into with how I create my content. If you're new to the channel, I post every single day on Instagram and TikTok, and I'm going to show you what's involved.
It's actually ridiculous.
The pre-production, the filming.
This is something that I actually do quite often.
Constant obstacles in your way, the highs, the lows.
246!
And how to push yourself out of your comfort zone. So without further ado, let's go.
Okay, so today is a bit more of a planning day. It is still the first week of January here in New Zealand, so it's very quiet. It's going to give me a good amount of time to get some content under my belt before the shoot starts to come in again. Beautiful. Whenever you're filming content at a high volume, planning is essential, and that's what we're going to do today. Whenever I've got a bit of content planned or I'm going to film quite a bit, I always like to go and get my hair cut. I just feel so much better when I have it done. Watch what you're doing. They pulled that on me there. I always like to do that. I'm a huge believer in if you feel good and you feel like you look good, you're going to perform better and you're just going to feel way more confident on camera. I just think it counts for so much, and I know it's not really spoken about enough, especially with guys. I absolutely love getting my hair cut. It makes me feel unbelievable, and that's exactly where I'm going right now. I always find I get most of my planning done, all my scripting, at the barbers, just because I have all of this uninterrupted time where I can really focus on that. I can do it at home as well, but I think it's very important for anyone who's planning content to just have that time where you know you're going to be able to just focus on just that. I know it's really hard with phones and devices and stuff like that, but I find that's what helps me most. If I really focus on it, I can be as efficient as possible. And now we're going to go into how I kind of structure that. I feel like I'm talking too much. I feel because I'm like so used to short form content, this feels weird. Let me know if I'm talking too much. Please. When I have my initial idea and I'm writing down a script, I'm mostly focusing on the information. I'm not really thinking about the structure or how I'm going to shortlist it yet. I'm just trying to get as much information as I can onto paper in the most concise way possible. And once I have all of that information written down, that's when I'm going to start to think about some sort of structure. Things like locations and shot lists. What's the best hook going to be? Is this concise enough? Because on social media, you obviously need to be very to the point very quickly. So if there's any unwanted words, I'm going to get rid of them. This is when you really start to fine tune your script and get it ready to be filmed. Cheers. Come in. Good boy. So once I've decided what kind of shots I want and I've noted them down, I'm basically just putting them in brackets before whatever line of the script I'm about to say. So let's say it's line number 1, in brackets it will say wide shot, medium shot, or it'll say close-ups of whatever I need a close-up of or however I need to transition into that scene. I'm keeping it very simple for myself. I'm also, to keep it just that little bit more streamlined, what I'll do, depending on the location, I'll have an emoji or some kind of character for that location. So for example, location number 1 tomorrow is in the woods. So what I'll do, before each line that needs to be said in the woods, I'll put a little tree emoji, because when you're out and about filming, you're kind of focusing on what you're saying on the camera. It can be quite intense and it's a lot, right? So if you're looking at a list and you're just scanning and you're looking at emojis, it's way more efficient. You know exactly what you need to get. This is what I do to just keep it as streamlined and efficient as possible. I like to use pictures or words sometimes to kind of like illustrate a point, and I'm on my way now to get those printed. Really, I just wanted an excuse to come out on this because honestly, I love it so much. It's actually ridiculous. Hey, yeah, I've just sent the document to be printed. I don't know if it's going to be through yet, but once it is, if I could have just one of those, please, that'd be great. Leighton. So I've got different words, got shapes, sizes. It's all going to make sense when you watch the videos, and this is something that I actually do quite often, but not often enough to get a printer. Now, it doesn't have to be a run.
But I think any form of exercise before you film, it's gonna make you feel so much better and make the whole day just that little bit easier. My goal this year is to run 1,000 kilometers this year. I just said this year twice. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but that right there, that's our first week in the bag. We're on track. So we're at location number 1, and the reason I picked this is I looked at the weather yesterday and I knew it was going to be windy. It is so windy in Auckland at the moment, so I'm going somewhere that's outdoor but very covered by the trees. This location is honestly, it's my saving grace most of the time, but let's see how it is today. So like I was saying yesterday when we were prepping our scripts, I was talking about the woods. This is the woods. As you can see, beautiful, but it's pretty windy, so we're gonna have to kind of work around that. But I tell you what, that is not gonna get in my way. When you're filming content like this, you gotta just get it done. So this camera is gonna go, I don't know if you can see where I'm pointing, in that tree up there. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Basically what I'm doing is, I had a video where I did this kind of hook and I kind of turned my head. I can't remember what video it was, but it was about scripts. And that worked really well. And I think it was down to the hook. So I'm gonna try and do something very similar here. Okay, so this is how this is gonna go. Got the camera up there. I'm basically gonna walk, actually I'll show you on here. What I'm gonna do, is I've got that frame there. I'm gonna like walk into frame. And you see that there, there's probably too much sun coming in here. So I'll be like here. I'm just gonna read my line, I'm gonna walk in, and that's the end of the shot. Like I said yesterday, I've got a little emoji next to the part that I want to say. And we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Wish me luck. So you wanna make content, but you have no idea what content to... So you wanna make content, but you have no idea what type of content to make. Welcome to something. So you wanna make content, but you have no idea what type of content to make. Welcome to part 1 of how to make content in 2025. I think that's it. I think we've got a wrap there. Okay, that looks great. Always check. That is something I've done in the past where I'm like, yeah, that sounded good, probably looked good. And then I watch it back and like the audio wasn't quite right, or there's something in the frame that doesn't need to be. So yeah, we've got that. That's boxed off. We can go to our list, tick that one off, and move on to the next one. Winner. I don't know why I'm walking away. I need this. Okay, so I'm not really sure if this is going to work, but the point I'm trying to make here is like when you're talking on your phone, you actually do look a little bit weird, and I'm going to act all shy and run off. Again, I don't know if this is going to work, but let's just try. Okay, so my line is the cheapest camera is your phone, great quality, you can take them anywhere, and you don't look like a psychopath filming yourself with one. And then I'm going to look and be like, huh. And then whoop, run. My acting skills might let me down here, but I'm going to give it a go. Okay, 3, 2, 1. The cheapest camera you have is your phone. They're great quality, you can take them anywhere, and you don't look like a psychopath filming yourself with one. That was so stupid. I hope that works. So I've just watched that back. Honestly, one of the most ridiculous things I've ever done, but I think it's gonna work. So now we're gonna move on to the next shot. Okay, so this shot here is about to be my most ambitious. In this video, I'm talking about balancing quality and quantity. I don't know if you can see behind me there, there's a bridge that I can balance on. But if I get it wrong, it's game over. So you wanna make content, but you're not sure how to balance quality and quantity. Welcome to part 3 of how to make content. Fuck. Okay. I'm really scared that's gonna crack. Okay, I've got one more in me. So you want to make content, but you're not sure how to balance quality and quantity. Welcome to part 3 of how to make content in 2025. So we just finished at location 1 and we are now at location 2, which is the house. I'm starting to cut these out, which is for our top-down shots on the desk. I've also got the first shot for video number 2, but I couldn't film that because I needed to use all of my equipment to kind of make that happen. But we're going to cut these out and we're going to go to the desk. So once I've got the camera where I want it and I'm happy with the framing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure it's on manual focus so that when I bring my hands in, it's not going to affect the framing or the focus. Also, I've already got everything framed up how I want it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out something one at a time, basically backwards. So that when I play it in reverse, it's going to be in proper time and everything's going to be in the right place. So when I was filming yesterday, I was meant to have a page that said camera, lighting and audio. And I'll be honest, I think when I was filming outside of the warehouse, I think it's flown off and I've lost it. So what I've done instead is I've written them out on a piece of paper and I'm going to use this magnifying glass to kind of go over them just to make it a little bit more interesting. But the moral here is that if things don't quite go your way, you need to improvise, because when you're filming like this, there is always something that is going to go wrong, always. So this is how we're getting around it. Okay, so what we're doing now, this is our second to last shot with the equipment video. What I've got here, I'm showing this light here, but what I want to do is I want to have that behind me. See the camera over there. So essentially what I'm going to do is kind of like kneel down and be like this, but I need a reflector to get this back up. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that right now, which is this bad boy here. Now if that's, can we, oh, see, look at that, oh, beautiful. Right, I need something to hold that. We're also dealing with that. More, probably like that, and because I can say it like that, and then come in like this. I really like that, I really like the lighting. It wouldn't make sense to have everything here, just because all the lights come in from this side. Okay, so I completely ran out of patience waiting for that noise to stop. So I'm out here at the park now, just getting the last final shot, which I'll put in somewhere here. But now that's it for the day. Now we're gonna go and edit these videos. Let's go. Okay, so I left you for a little bit there. It is now 8:45. I managed to get one of the videos edited, which I'll show you now. It is day 246, which is that one there. Honestly, today it was a big day, and there was a lot more to kind of think about than I normally would when I'm making content, in terms of like obviously having two cameras to work with instead of just the one like I would now. The different dimensions that you have to film on. So when I'm filming vertical content, I'm filming vertical, but then also remembering to do horizontal for YouTube. Also the way in which you communicate to the camera is kind of different. It's very concise when you're on social media, but on YouTube, something like this, I have a little bit more time where I can kind of, kind of take my time a little bit more. So that was a hard day, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing these YouTube videos. I obviously love doing my social media stuff as well, but I think at the time of recording, we are on 670 subscribers. So if you're one of those, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope this was an entertaining video. Hopefully there's many more. See you on the next one. Taking your knowledge on a subject, your interest, your real life and your experiences, that is what is gonna... Actual experiences, I keep on forgetting that fucking line. Actual experiences and giving people value from that. You haven't got it on 35mm again, you idiot. From that is what is going to help you make the best and most consistent. I hope this helped. This has been day 248 of I Do Not Know Yet. See you tomorrow. I don't know if that was the right day. I didn't even think of the day. Was it 248? It was 246. Oh, hello.
Right to go through?
Yeah, of course you are, thank you. Does it get any more embarrassing than that?